Hi guys, it's Amy and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on any of my videos. I really do sincerely appreciate your time. First thing I want to do before I get started in my own stuff is give out a huge shout out to my sister. So Karen, you're amazing. I can't even put into words. So I crochet, my mom crocheted and I crochet, but I think I've kind of surpassed what my mom ever, finished projects that my mom made. And I think the same is like right up there for Karen, with my sister Karen, with my grandmother's sewing abilities. I grew up in the 70s. She made a lot of our clothes. She made our PJs. She made Halloween costumes. She made everything. And Karen is making a lot of things for her daughter, my niece, and she is blowing my mind every time I see something new. It is amazing. And she made me a bag for Christmas. Can you believe this? So it's this gorgeous bag. Look at the pretty pattern or fabric or whatever. I love that. It's so Christmassy. And then the bottom section here. And everything is so like detailed. There's like even a dowel running through this center seam here to give stability to the bag. And the handles, like I don't even know what to call this stuff. I have no idea what it is, but I know it takes a lot of work. I see little videos pop up while I'm looking at crochet videos on YouTube and stuff about sewing, and you see them doing so many steps. I can't believe she did this. This is amazing. I've got my little handmade note here. Whoops. A little handmade tag. And then the inside's so awesome and full, and she's got a great little pocket in here with a little snap on there. Can you believe that? What a great thing, huh? Amazing, Karen. You rock. Thank you so much for my bag. And I'm sorry I didn't mention it in my last video. I was talking about what I got for Christmas, what yarn I got for Christmas and stuff, and didn't even include that. I'm sorry. Okay, and then we've got Cheryl sent me a Christmas card, so thank you very, very much for that. I do appreciate it. It was unexpected. And then I bought kind of a silly thing. Now, I am kind of goofy in the manner that I don't always buy, they make a lot of things that do a specific thing, and I don't always buy that. I sometimes look for a different thing that I could use in its place because I'm just goofy. I don't know what to say about that. I'm a little embarrassed to show you, but it's funny. So I saw Mikey open up and share, not open up, I saw him post on Facebook this, I'll put a picture here, where you put the yarn skein or the yarn cake on there and you can pull from the outside. I'm a center pull person by preference, and sometimes my yarn, the texture is such that it doesn't like to pull from the center, so you have to kind of pull from the outside, or even just people who prefer to pull from the outside. So you use this little thing that swivels, and then you can pull the yarn and feed it to yourself as you need to. Well, I saw somebody else, I looked it up on Amazon, and they take it out of the box and they put it together, they snap it together in 4 pieces. That's it. It's like easy peasy. But Amy has to go and buy something that's got a big old directions, and you need a screwdriver for, and assembly instructions. And it's goofy, but I thought it was good at the time, and then I got it, and I'm laughing at myself. But anyway, so it is a toilet paper holder. You would normally put your spare rolls here, and then the working roll here, if you will. But I thought it was great because it has this great little tray up here. Like, I don't know if people are taking their phone into the bathroom or whatever, but I thought this would be good to put my cake or, hank of yarn here. Not hank. My cake or my skein of yarn here that I could pull from the outside. I could use this one for like a big cone, the cotton cones. We've got those. And then the cute little tray, I could put my scissors on, or my hook, or my little needle, when I'm sewing in threads, ends, I should say. And I got my little needle thing sitting here. So anyway, so I've got that. That was kind of goofy. I haven't actually used it yet. The project that I'm working on, I was already center pulling. So I'll let you know how that goes. Me and my goofiness, right? So another thing is that I found a whole poop ton of more scraps. I thought I had just the, my project bag, my baskets my crochet baskets that I keep my scraps in. I thought that was all that I had, but I found this whole other thing, and I'm frustrated because I didn't know I had that. So now I gotta continue to work that into using it somehow at some point this year, because I'm not buying yarn. I'm telling you right now. So what did I make? What have I finished project? What are my finished projects that I have to share with you? I cannot say thank you to you, Lucy, enough for sending this yarn to me. It is so nice. So it's a yarn that I had not seen before. So I was a little bit unsure of what the fiber would be like. Some yarn has a whole lot more kind of stretch or bounce to it. This has a little bit of bounce to it, but I didn't block this at all. It says on the label 100% wool, unshrinkable. So I was kind of like, I don't want to stretch it, you know, like block it. When you block it, you kind of pull it taut. And I didn't really want to do that. There wasn't a whole lot of pull to it. So now I looked this up, and this, it is an extra fine one weight, fingering weight. But this colorway 228 here, the picture and the name, it's called Ruby, and it is like super, like more of a maroon or a burgundy color. And there was actually one, I can't remember the name of it now, but it was sitting on the picture that I was looking at. It was just above this colorway that does not look like what it did in the picture. So this colorway, you can see how red it is. It's very, very red. So that one, I think it was called Crimson. But anyway, I thought that was funny that the color didn't really match up with what it looked like online. So anyway, in each of these are 254 yards. So this shawl that I made, the shawlette, I had this picture for a very long time from Sirin's Crochet, and I'll go ahead and put it in here. And you can see her ombre color. She used like one solid cake that ran through the colors. And so I wanted a specific look like this, but I didn't have enough of a gradient to make the full big size like that. I'm back and forth. You guys know that I like to share one project and then either change up the yarn or change up the hook and do it again to show like a comparison. So here I'll put in the picture of, I put the scarf on when I was done with one donut, 254 yards, and it is a good size. So I decided that I knew I wanted to keep going with that project, but I knew if I kept one donut by itself, it would be enough to do something really nice like that. So I did save one to work with later. And so I did use a full second, donut for this. And like I said, I did not block it, and you can see how open it is. See how pretty? It just came out so nice. Oh my goodness. I love that pattern. I love it, love it, love it. I want to get it closer. Oh, remember I have that thing. I did that thing. That way you can see it better. Maybe that's better. Look how gorgeous. Look how gorgeous. I love it. I love, love, love it. It's a very easy pattern to work with. Sometimes, like I'm working one right now that has, it has like 4 chains here and then 6 chains here. And sometimes you do a single crochet and sometimes you do a double crochet. And I was getting myself confused multiple times. I have had to frog out multiple times on the thing that I'm working on right now. But this one was very, very easy and very easy to follow along with. Like sometimes when you put down a pattern, you have to pick it back up and reread it and really kind of get your brain back onto it. This one was a really easy one to put down and walk away from and then pick back up again. So here is, this is kind of the length of most of the neckerchiefs or these shawlettes that I like to make. You can see that, you know, the tails just get to about here. So you can do a little knot in the back if you want it to stay super secure. I usually just tuck my ends in and then I walk from the car to the store or wherever I'm doing, and then I can take it off real easily without having to untie it back here. And you're not going to really like damage the edges too much, you know, if you do just a little soft tie. But I just love the way that this worked out, and the color is, it's popping a little bit strong on camera there from my viewpoint right now, but it is such a beautiful red. Lucy, thank you so very, very much. I enjoyed this so much. So here was two cakes, and I have just this tiny little bit from the, donut that I was working on, which I love to do. Almost run out right at the end, you know. So I'll have that to still work on. And I counted the shells that I have from the spine here, and I counted the shells this way, and I have 16 shells. So this was 508 yards ish. So the other yarn that I wanted to use with this is my leading man, and I used a 4mm hook for both of these. This shawl that I wanted to do, I used this yarn here. I'll put it in a picture. The gradient is one, I've had this a little over a year, maybe close to 2 years now, I guess. It's just a beautiful gradient of greens. And again, I was a little bit hesitant to use it for this project because I did want to make the full-size shawl, a full-size shawl. But I didn't have enough yarn in the colorway that I wanted to work with or whatever. And so I was holding this pattern for a little while before I decided to go ahead and work it with Lucy's yarn. But then I pulled out this gradient since sneak peek, since I only used about 500 yards of that and enjoyed the size of it. I thought I would go ahead and this is 552 yards of the gradient. Ta-da! Look at how beautiful. Now, when I'm working with different colors, I'm a little bit concerned with a stripy look. But I didn't end the rows. What am I trying to say? I didn't end the color at the edge of a row. I just continued on and then added the new color wherever it fell. So hopefully it kind of looked like a softer change throughout. You can't really see any of the color changes. I mean, you can see this top part is a little bit lighter, and then it comes down to this beautiful deeper green. So I blocked it last night, and I don't like blocking. It takes a long time. You got to be tedious. Most of the time when I'm blocking, I block I start where I think I'm doing it the right way. I start with the center and kind of pull it out in such a way that I think I'm doing it right, and then I'll notice that this section is way farther pulled than this section. So then you go back and you unpin and you repin, and so blocking usually takes me a little bit of trial and error and a little bit of time. And I was so happy. I did not want to do it this time, but I am so happy that I did. It came out so beautiful. So the edges, I did put a pin to the center of the peak, as you can kind of see here. So it did pull the peak, as it should, but I didn't want that to be the weight of the pull. So I pinned it under here and then also up at the top so that the peak would still show. So I don't know if this really helps at all. I like to think that it does, to put it behind this, put it in front of this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna cry. I love this so much. Can you see it? Can you love it like me? It is so amazing. And to have the color grade all the way down like that. And look, this is all I ended up with. Woo, woo. Awesome. Okay, so it is a little bit big if you wanted to wear it here. And I think that you don't get to really see that dark green is way down. But it is a little bit longer down the front of me than I would normally make for one of these. But let's see if you were going to wear it like a shawl. I don't know if there's enough room right here in my little corner. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I love it. You could do a little thing. Got your little shoulders covered. I love it. Perfect size. All right, guys, let me know down below, which one did you like better? Do you like a little bit smaller one with just a solid color, or did you like the gradient? Because I didn't know what I was going to do with either of these, And the fact that they both turned out so beautiful, I'm just beside myself with happiness there. So, so you can see here the difference in the size of the two shawls. The red one's got the 508 yards worked into it, and the green one is 552. I did use the same hook size, and the fibers are both supposed to be a 1 weight. The only difference being that the red is 100% wool and the green has 25% nylon in it. So that's what blocking did. You could get a little bit, you might get a little bit more size out of the red one if I were to block it, but I didn't feel the need to. And I thought that they were already open. You know, you block it so that your design is open, but this already was so beautifully opened, I didn't feel the need to do that. So those are the size differences. And I thought, I did not work with red and green both at Christmas time on purpose. It was just a happy happenstance or whatever. So, all right, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope the start of your 2025 is going well, and just stay safe, stay blessed. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you'll come back and see me again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.